Spears or some other singer, they have sung song on love. That song is copyrightable, but not the idea of love. Okay. Very true. So the expression is copyrighted, not the idea. There is no copyright in the idea. And just paraphrasing will not help you.
Sometimes trademark can be integrated to copyright also. Like for example, as we know that non-traditional trademarks like smell marks or these sound marks and all.
Sure. So what idea there is that trademark has to be always indicative to something else. Service mark has to be always indicative to something else. So if there is an advertisement, so the graphics, the text can be copyrighted. But let's say a catchy line which has to be indicative to some object, some service, that would be trademarked. So it could be a combination of the two, you're right. Copyright is a form of protection provided to the authors of original works of authorship. These definitions you can read on your own. They are easily available in the Copyrights Act. I'll go further. Why is it there certain minimum safeguards for the rights of author? Because at the end of the day, the creator has to be equally awarded. There has to be something for the creator to get interested in doing a thing of value. That's how this copyright idea has been there. So, for a period of life of the author, plus 60 years, if it is author-based calculation. If it is a publication-based calculation, it is 60 years from the publication. So, till then, you cannot be using it without the expressed consent, not implied consent, expressed consent of the author.
Did you say equal right?
Sorry?
Did you say equal right? Equal remuneration. That the author should get equal remuneration.
No, it has to be between you, the user, because this copyright can be passed on to somebody for some arrangement. So you...
Very quickly, if an author gets 10% royalties from a book,
right,
and it is established that the publisher has made 30% of the cost, and the rest goes in distribution, etc. Does that mean that the publisher is in fact violating the copyright of the author?
That is why it is called always copyright related. So copyright as a single entity, it never exists. It is always with the related.
Right. See, the idea there is that at the end of the day, you are entering into a relationship. There is a contractual obligation of the publisher vis-a-vis you. Okay. As long as this behavior and the action of the publisher is in conformity with the contract which you entered into with the author, that's fine. You can later on say that I was under pressure to sign this contract.
Like if you consider the case of appropriation or opalment, it was a real case of plagiarism. So in the case of Wiki, if somebody is doing the same thing, like just copying the things, and I mean it is not his own idea, and the expression also, if it is in textual, so in that case, within the scope of employment, that Wikipedia should be brought into the, justice. That should be the thing, no? That will fit.
I'm just talking of the exceptions possible. The certain conditions, a fair deal for research, study, criticism, review, and news reporting, as well as the use of works in library, in schools, and in the legislatures, permitted without specific permissions. So what all are the exceptions possible? For the purpose of research or private study, for criticism or review, for reporting current events, in connection with judicial proceeding, performance by an amateur club or society if the performance is given to a non-paying audience, and the making of the sound recordings of literary, dramatic, or musical works under certain conditions. So the idea is that as long as you're not exploiting the work of the copyrighted material for any financial gain, if it cannot be termed exploitation. But the problem here is that the Wikipedia content is free to be used commercially as well. So there is the catch.
No, so that's Wikipedia is not at fault then. It's whoever used it commercially is at fault.
No. You are abetting the crime.
For example, when you
How can you abet a crime which hasn't taken place?
So if it takes place, you abetted the crime. If it takes place.
whoever goes to Wikipedia, that is under license. So these give a license for a person to use it. The user has a license to use it.
Yes.
So there is no crime involved.
No. The idea there is the whole chain has to be seen. Who's the person who posted it,
Right.
the person who's hosting it, The person who transmitted this content to that that host.
If that is an original content, is a license to the user.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if it is a copied content, then there is a problem. So the author can always give anybody any right as to his work. That's not a problem. The problem comes when somebody else is exploiting somebody else's work. The problem lies there. That's right.
There should be some remedial measurement for that also. For example, if I say if you upload something that is copyrighted, so within few hours we can see that thing has been deleted from there. So why don't you have these kind of measurements over there? I mean,
See, the gentleman was talking about the Google has such a policy.
yeah.
So in fact, the intermediary rules also talk of that. The moment you bring to the notice, to the knowledge of the hosting provider, to the service provider, he has to act within 36 hours of your notice. Okay? It is not, but what all are objectionable, that is objectionable. Because, n number of things are given, and I think vis-a-vis the freedom of expression granted by the Constitution, not all of them can be stopped. There is a very thin line there. As long as there is an ample amount of innovation which has gone in that change, it's a question of dispute vis-a-vis the original author of the work. In fact, to present the work in any other mode is also the right of the copyright holder. You have to seek permission. In fact, there have been a lot of
Provided he's taken that copyright in the first place.
That's
Provided he's declared that copyright. For instance, if I as an author of a book talk only about the book, then I do not have rights to a film made on that book.
the moment you have not to go to the copyright office to get a copyright in your work. The moment you write something, there is a copyright of yours.
Only to what I write.
That's right.
Not to a book of...
No, anything. They come associated rights.
You have to declare your copyright.
Associated
not
rights.
in any other form, including electronic reproduction.
The law is that the moment you have a work, then anything which comes out directly without any enough modification it's a very thin line. It's a law point. Associated works do get protected by copyright law. 1980s, the early part of the decade appeared to be remarkably free of bans, but this was because broader, all-encompassing rules had now been framed. Any book that time that misrepresented India's borders was confiscated by customs. 1980s. It's a part of the news. And released only after offending frontiers had been manually corrected. And I was talking about the map. Wikipedia could have easily given the reference of UN link, and it could have said that this is the UN's point of view, not the author point of view, and then could have also given the map of India as per the Government of India standards. Other problem areas, I don't have much time, so I'll not go into that. I can make it available if you want. See, this point, Arnav was talking of aggressive neutrality. Nothing called that. You are basically having a position of a judge. You cannot give your opinion. You are there only to present facts, opinions of various other people. That's what Wikipedia has to do. The moment Wikipedia starts giving its own opinion about the content, there is a problem. Ways ahead for Wikipedia. Since Wikipedia has attained a reputation of being authentic, at least for the ordinary purposes, it has invited responsibility of being authentic for all purposes. Subject experts should approve the article before making the same live, or should at least warn if not verified. So the articles can have some sort of declaration that it has not been approved by subject expert to make it more authentic. Needs to be educating its users on what constitutes a violation or what does not. Must become culturally sensitive. After all, it is serving the people laden with deep conditioning to their cultural beliefs.
So Wikipedia, as we all know, is one of the fastest growing information platform in the world. Almost 41% of the users, they use Wikipedia for their primary reference website. And more than the primary reference, it's also an information website for professional peoples like doctors, engineers, architects, etc. And on the other hand, if you see, the social media is also gaining prominence across the World Wide Web. So I thought that we could involve some methodologies which can help Wikipedia through the social media presence. This is actually a proposal I'm making to Wikipedia. The aim of this proposal is to identify the positive effects of social media and then tap them potentially and help Wikipedia grow. So how did it actually start? We are working as testing analysts. We work on the software section of the company. So I was just thinking, if I could make a survey with around 100 people and see what they feel about Wikipedia, and I thought we can come to a conclusion on this. The PDF out there is the Facebook results, the survey results. I can show you after the presentation. So what I found out of the thing was 58% of the users, they use internet to learn about something which they don't know. And amazingly, only 1% of them use Wikipedia. Now that is really alarming, I should say that. And everybody out here would be more inclined towards Microsoft and its product, but how many of us here know that Microsoft is having its own search service called the Bing? Okay, what is Bing? B-I-N-G? No, it is, but it's not Google. So how many of us know that? But we say we are more inclined towards Microsoft than Apple. So there are many places which we people don't really get into the depths of it to know. And all we know is, oh, okay, Google it, you will find it. So, okay, I found it from Google, I should say. So 21% of the users say that they use Wikipedia because it is the first search result written by Google. We don't really go to Wikipedia and search. We search on Google. The first link is Wikipedia. We click on it. And 17% say that they use Facebook to learn about the community pages of people. And we all know that Facebook is very important and prevalent across the World Wide Web. But 17% of its users always stay out of its chat service. They don't really want to socialize. So what was the key takeaway from this survey is that we understand that users don't behave in a way we expect them to behave. But we can categorize them into certain groups and sections based on their internet using trend, professions, demography, etc. So the idea which I thought was, why not we create a software or a plugin that would automatically help transfer data between the networking websites and Wikipedia. So that means at least through this, Wikipedia will get more people involved in it directly or at least indirectly through the websites. So we create a plugin using JavaScript and PHP as the front end. And what it will do is it will take your data from your user profile in Wikipedia and share them on the Facebook profile, and take data from Facebook profile and share them on your Wiki user page. What exactly it does is that this is a web-based plugin. So in case I'm reading an article, say on Harvard Business School, and I found it to be really interesting, I'll share that on my Facebook page using the plugin which I created. It will automatically create a page called Share on My Wiki. There's a page called My Wiki which I create on Facebook. It will go and share it there, and automatically my friends can go to that page and see the articles, and if they find it interesting, they'll click on the link which will come to Wikipedia. And we have many metrics through which we maintain a user's profile. So the users, we'll categorize them into different verticals and horizontals. Horizontals are the subjects with which we learn the verticals. Say, assuming data mining is a paper, it's a vertical. And this data mining can be learned using horizontal technologies like Java, .NET, testing, C#, etc. So a vertical is cut across by many horizontals. And yeah. Yeah, that's what. Actually, we are first trying to work it on the Facebook only, but we'll then have the compatibility versions which will work on Twitter, Orkut, LinkedIn, Share, Stumble, etc. And then if the user finds the information to be important, this page called My Wiki, Share on My Wiki, he can put it on the page My Wiki. The users will see it from that page and go to Wikipedia. And I've attached 2 screenshots. This is my user page, and I have the Share on My Wiki link in red color. Say I've read about Harvard Business School and I like it, and it goes and reflects on my Facebook page with a W symbol next to it. And that W symbol means this is from the Wikipedia. I'm using the plugin. So users can use it directly.
That's not correct, because you've actually read a page of Harvard Business School, which is a Harvard Business School link.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with Wikipedia at all.
Yeah, but the link resides inside the Wikipedia. It's more like a like feature, but on a very broad level. And what are the features of the plugin is that apart from the information sharing across the social media and the World Wide Web, we give some ratings to the users, like the LQ rating is the learner's quotient rating. And this rating is the user's learning activities in Wikipedia. And say for example, I read an article and I like it and I share it on my wiki. my wiki page in Facebook, if you come and visit that page and you click on that, and if you find information to be interesting, I'll be given LQ ratings. It's more like, giving them some free goodies so that people will do it on a regular basis. We have something called the SMP rating, social media prominence rating. It is a measure of the user's inclination towards social learning. See, we all do social networking. I go to Facebook, I have a lot of friends from Bangladesh, from India, Pakistan, I have fun. But what is social learning? We are not inclined to it as much as we are into social networking. See, this is the basic agenda. See, networking sites today, they have transformed themselves from a social agenda of networking to another level of social agenda, which is social learning. See, now we have Wikipedia, which is almost like an open source. It's like anybody can go find, read, edit. So, but this is not being happening on all websites like the Scribed, or there are many websites which give only protected papers. And if I do this using Wikipedia, then people will have access to more information. So we can elevate the level of social networking to social learning, which means more people will have more access to information. And also there is something called a POS.